What if I told you that Mark Golding actually has a clear path to winning the 2025 general election, despite the JLP pulling ahead in the polls? Sounds impossible, right? But here's the thing. Political history is filled with comeback stories, and this just might be another one. So today we are breaking down exactly how Mark Golding can flip the script, regain momentum, and put Andrew Holness on the back foot. And trust me, there's a lot more at play here than just party loyalty. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will see how this election isn't just about who's leading now, but who has the boldest vision for Jamaica's future. And if Golding plays his cards right, that could be him. The problem: PNP is losing ground. Let's set the stage. The latest polls show that the JLP has opened up a 6-point lead over the PNP. Now, in political terms, that's not a death sentence, but it's definitely a flashing red warning light for Mark Golding. Why? Because this isn't just about poll numbers, it's about momentum. Right now, Holness is running a political marathon at full speed, while Mark Golding is looking like a man trying to find his sneakers. The biggest problem: the PNP is struggling to connect with new voters. Young people, undecided voters, and even some former PNP supporters aren't convinced that Golding's vision is strong enough to take Jamaica forward. The JLP, on the other hand, is doubling down on their narrative. We're the only stable option. And here's where the plot thickens. Holness is vulnerable. Corruption scandals, economic struggles, rising cost of living, public distrust, and the cracks are showing. But despite all that, the JLP is still ahead. Why? Because the PNP hasn't fully capitalized on these weaknesses. And if they don't do it soon, it might be too late. You hear that, Mark Golding and the PNP? The plan: how Mark Golding can flip the script. If Mark Golding wants to win, he can't just be the opposition leader. He has to be the visionary leader. That means two things. One, define the problems clearly. Voters need to hear, in simple terms, why the current government is failing them. Use real-life examples, not just political jargons. 2, offer bold, transformational policies that inspire. Because let's be real, no one gets excited about the same old recycled promises or the same old Sister P initiatives. You get it? So what does this look like? Here are 5 game-changing policies Golding can champion right now to shift the momentum. 1. The Jamaica Innovation Fund, a multi-billion-dollar venture fund investing in tech, renewable energy, and modern agriculture startups. Modeled after Singapore's economic transformation, this would make Jamaica a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. 2. The 10-minute government initiative. Bureaucracy is killing small businesses. A radical policy to ensure that starting a business, getting a permit, or accessing government services can be done in 10 minutes or less. Digital-first governance that makes life easier, faster, and less corrupt. 3. Universal smart classrooms in every school. Let's be honest, our education system is outdated. A policy to retrofit every Jamaican school with state-of-the-art smart classrooms, giving students access to the same level of education as top-tier global institutions. 4. The housing revolution. Affordable homes for all all, the PNP can win big with working class voters by tackling home ownership, a policy to build 50,000 high-class, low-cost homes through public-private partnerships. 5. A corruption crackdown that actually works. A special independent corruption tribunal with fast-track prosecutions for politicians and public officials. We have that in the form of the Integrity Commission. But there is one shortfall with the Integrity Commission. They lack the prosecutorial powers to prosecute and charge public official where they have under investigation for illicit enrichment. Mandatory asset declaration with AI-driven audits to ensure accountability. This is a good idea. You see, we already have people in the Integrity Commission. We are doing the audits manually. But here we are. If we partner and pair them up with AI-driven audits, we still can do it manually, but guess what? If human error miss something, the AI will catch it and pick it up. You get what I say? So, 2 heads better than one. And in this case, in the form of modern AI technology. Now imagine if Golding start hitting the campaign trail with these policies. Voters wouldn't just see him as the guy running against wholeness. They'd see him as the guy running toward the future. The big political battle ahead. So here's where things get interesting. If Golding acts now, he can turn the 6-point deficit into a lead. But if he waits too long, the JLP will do what they do best, control the narrative. And trust me, once they solidify their lead, it'll be nearly impossible to shake. So what's the next move for Golding? 1. Dominate the conversation. PNP needs to be on offense daily, not defense. 2. Make the election about solutions, not just criticism, because voters are tired of empty talk. 3. Use modern digital strategies to connect with Gen Z and millennials. Social media, interactive town halls, and viral policy pitches. The 2025 election won't be won by the party with the most loyal supporters. It'll be won by the party that convinces undecided voters that they have the best plan for Jamaica's future. Here's the highlights of the summary and key points. JLP has a 6-point lead, but wholeness is vulnerable. PNP is failing to connect with new voters. Golding needs to shift from opposition leader to visionary leader. 5 bold policies that could redefine Jamaica's future. PNP must dominate the conversation and engage younger voters. The 2025 election will be won by whoever convinces undecided voters. You get it? So what do you think? Can Golding turn things around, or is wholeness too far ahead? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you want more breakdowns on Jamaica's biggest political battles, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because trust me, this election is only getting started and we'll be here for all the drama. Right now, Mark Golding and the PNP is being led by Andrew Holness and the JLP. I'm not talking just leading a polls, meaning right now Andrew Holness control the actions and the reactions of the PNP. Case in point, the JLP, here what we are going to do. We're going to tell them so we'll turn Portmore municipality in our parish and use it as a distraction for occupy them time and throw them off at the 2025 election campaign strategy. So we just all kill the PNP with one distraction after the other and lead them to the path of defeat. So they're being led like a man pan a donkey, I lead the donkey with a carrot pan a stick. Then say the best way to control your opposition is to lead them. Another deeper example of this is problem reaction solution. JLP give the PNP a problem in the form of we are going to turn Portmore in our parish. There's nothing you can do about it. PNP fall in a the JLP trap, which is to react to the problem, the immediate problem, and JLP use that as a distraction to throw them off, and then JLP present Jamaica with the solution of continuity. Here are Jamaica. Right now, we are the better option to continue leading Jamaica. Unno see the PMP no know what them do. Unno see they don't have no transformational policy. But the government has given you new highways, fix all the roads, the best fiscal policy, and Andrew are going to name out and list all of his accomplishments or so-called accomplishments to present to the Jamaican people as the better option. So politics is always a chess game. It's always about getting the upper hand on your opposition. What me can use to leverage my advantage to stay ahead of my opposition. So to Mark Golding and the PMP and the PMP supporters, don't get distracted and sidelined by the turning Portmore municipality into a parish. I show them I try throw no half or no game. So still address it, Still take them to court if you don't need to. But don't be caught up in the web of the trap where Andrew set Funo. Andrew is a very smart man. And I feel like a lot of people underestimate his intelligence. But it will be to your own detriment if Mark Golding do that. Gone are the days where you can use money to win election. Mark Golding need to convince the undecided voters. Me fall into that undecided category. So up to now, Andrew no give me no reason why me fi consider voting for him, and Mark don't give me no reason fi consider why me fi vote for him either. You see, the people mindset has shifted, and me feel like the PMP trap in a the 90s PJ Patterson era when PJ did a wipe the floor with Edward Siaga. The people's mind have evolved past the stage there. So I know who have the most money for run the campaign, because me could compare and contrast, cause that's my specialty. The Democrats in 2024, Kamala them did have $1.5 billion to spend on election campaign. They outspend Trump and the Republicans. The Democrats had more billionaires on their side compared to Trump them. And not just that, them have the whole of the Hollywood and Hollywood actors on their side. Them have the whole music industry on their side. We see Beyonce them come out, Taylor Swift them come out. All of the big acts, big artists, big Hollywood superstars were on the side of the Democrats, and they still lost. So it shows you say money and celebrities cannot convince people to vote for a specific party. And with all that money and resources, they still lost because Trump resonated with the people and what the people wanted. So Mark, you have to go resonate with the undecided voters. You don't need to react to everything what Andrew do. You can react to it without being distracted and thrown off your game. Don't fall into the trap of this perpetual distraction where the JLP them are go constantly fling out leading up to the September 2025 general election. Remember say the KSAMC scandal and the St. Catherine Parish Municipality corruption scandal kinda shed a negative light on the PMP, where people are wonder say if uno no reach in a power and uno start do them a type of corruption you already, what go happen when uno reach in a power? Because we already have allegations and accusations of corruption and illicit enrichment with the Prime Minister, the leader of the country. So why would we swap between the lesser of two evils? Some Jamaicans are say, better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. You understand the mindset where a lot of people there and the undecided decide say, we not see no difference between the two of you. There is no contrasting difference between the JLP and the PMP. The PMP has failed to distinguish and distinct itself from the JLP in every way, shape and form. They are just mirror copies of each other. Everything what the JLP did, whether in the current or in the past, PMP end up going to do it and say, Abe, you did do it in the past, So now when me do it, you can't say nothing to me. What kind of idiot politics them there Mark Golding them a practice? I still think, and this is my opinion, that Mark Golding blundered when he hire and promote sat in the PMP party, a two-time convicted drug smuggler. How that fi be a good look? Me can't vote for you when you put people like them there in a politics. If he was doing this before he enter politics, where more do know when he get all of the political power and political perk? What me fi expect from him? He can be rehabilitated and reformed all he want, but you're not qualified for public office. Your past matters, especially in a serious first world country. But Jamaicans don't know nothing about that. And this will go over a lot of Jamaicans' head because their standards are very low. Them no hold politicians to a high standard in Jamaica. We don't hold them accountable and responsible for all of the foolishness and garbage what they do. So they do things like these and accept it and run with it because that we used to. And we train and teach the politicians them how to treat you. So the politicians them figure out long time and realize they don't want no good for themselves. So here me want good for me and my family. So here me I go create my generational wealth and set myself and my family forever. Make them stay there and suffer. So the mindset of the undecided voters are very evolved. And trust me want wholeness to come out of power because me not like the direction when me see wholeness I try take Jamaica inner with the whole LGBT agenda. The Labour right is too in bed on board with that initiative. Whether Canada I give them money or USAID I give them money to fund that initiative, the JLP too in bed on board with that initiative. So me want the JLP to come out of power. We need a third party because Golding not demonstrate nothing. Say him is a better opposition. So who want practice then tribal politics? Them all outdated type of politics there. Yeah man, go on. We are gonna just watch. You see what I say? One of the dumbest and most stupidest, ridiculous arguments me ever hear people say, Marky G can't talk in transformational policies them or in manifesto because JLP got teefy. Thief wa. You can't thiefy because we know say a Marky G and a PMP first we here with that. So if JLP are go steal it, we are go call them out and we are gonna know say una thief Marky G idea and una no have no real transformational policy. So that's why una steal the idea. So here we are gonna vote out and get in the PMP because remember everything is now digitally recorded, you know. All you have to do is go play back a video clip when Marky G said first. You have a stamp and the date and the time and location. So you have to steal it. And it was recorded. For the 4 year with Trump in a opposition, him a campaign right through and him a make you know in transformational policies, the direction where more take your country in where more do for American people, him a make you know in manifesto. Democrat never try steal it. So wanna talk about, me no understand wanna try say. Make it make sense to me. Because your logic and your math is not mathing. That's a lame excuse. You can't just want to fight for power. And right now, Mark Golding and the PMP don't have no transformational policies whatsoever. So here they're free to use mine. And we are talk about, them will need all the help what they can get. Just give me the credit. Remember, you heard it here first on the Patriotic Jamaican channel. Time is of the essence. With the 2025 elections looming, the PMP must act swiftly, implement these strategies, engaging the undecided voters, especially the youth, through town hall meetings, interactive online sessions, and transparent dialogues can make a significant difference. The goal is to transform the PMP from a party of the past to a movement of the future. But Will these efforts be enough to close the gap? Can Mark Golding inspire a new wave of supporters and lead the PNP to victory? The political landscape is ever evolving, and only time will tell if the underdog can defy the odds. So the current poll standings: JLP leads by 6 points, PNP trailing with significant undecided voters. Demographic insights: PNP favored by older voters. JLP captures the youth and female vote. Strategic recommendations: introduce innovative and transformational policies addressing youth unemployment and sustainable development for Jamaica's future. Revamp party image to connect with younger demographics. Engage undecided voters through interactive and transparent initiatives. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor this political showdown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with the latest updates. Your voice matters. Let's shape the future together. See you in the next one. One love, Jamaica.